So Council runs and operates 2 childcare centres in Sandringham and Hampton. There was a view that they should exit from the provision of this service, and the community became really motivated around the issue. So then it was a question of, well, what is Council's role? So a process was planned using best practice, using this kind of deliberative process, making sure that we had a real representative group of people deliberating all the issues, because it's complex. It's not a matter of, you know, do you like this or do you like that? It's well, what do we need to unpack? What do we need to know?
It was about, they didn't know each other. So one of our first challenges as the facilitators of the forum was to get them comfortable and able to talk and understand each other and know where they're coming from and learn a little bit about each other. We then quickly asked the group to decide where they wanted to go with the conversation, what do they need to have the conversation. And the second and third forums that we had of the 4 were all about digesting that, using all those great deliberative processes, sharing information.
Okay, so one of the things about it being an informed process, we did try and find a few different ways that people got the information. So there were a couple of times when people had presenters, but we also provided information through an exhibition process that so that people could go around and read the information and then hold small group conversations about that information. And that was about giving people information in a few different ways.
We looked at a lot of different views because there's a big variety of people that was on a community panel, and I found we all brought ideas of what our views were and other bits and pieces to the subject, which was a wider range of things than just looking at people that actually were using the service instead of, but we're all paying for it, you needed the full views of it.
I believe that the group actually took the process very seriously, so I think that was something that the group had in common, this sort of determination to give something of value to the council and to this process. So I think that was a really important and enjoyable feature of the process, is that people really did take it on board and they were very forthcoming and willing with their opinions and views, and created an environment where it was very safe for people to feel that they could express their views.
Well, they all start off with the same view in mind. They had a moral compass. They said they basically had a shared moral compass. They all agreed on what we wanted to do. The issue was, how could we go about it? So they followed a good process. They understood what they're going to do.
I think there was a lot of benefit to getting a lot of people together in the room, people who didn't necessarily know a lot about the issue, but were all prepared to get involved and understand it, and then, you know, engage and then be able to provide their views on this particular issue. So I think you really do get a broad cross section of the community and their views, whereas you don't necessarily get that from other forms of engagement.
They did an excellent job of absorbing an incredible amount of information. So coming to the table with a commitment to do that, and with an attitude to, regardless of whether or not they had a background in the issue or even knew anything about the issue or was impacted in any way, they came together as a group very quickly, and a groupness was formed early on, as well as provides a benefit back to council in terms of resolving the issue.
Respect. Respect for other people's opinions, respect for the process, respect for the presenters, respect for the objective that we were going for. Trying very much to look after the children, all the people involved in, who are going to be impacted by the decision-making process. And it made it a real pleasure to come here each time, because I have been involved in community activities before, and sometimes you can get some quite aggressive characters who really just want to talk on their own topic and don't want to listen to other people's ideas, but there was not a skerrick of that. It was really, I'll say my piece, everybody listens, people responded, but it was always in a very polite and respectful manner. So overall respect was just abundant, which was really lovely.
Finally bringing them to a 4th session where they felt they were able to express a view, a clear view on how they felt about a range of differences and opinions and what it might take to get them across into ideas that maybe they weren't particularly comfortable with, but they would consider. So it's quite a challenge overall.
Undertaking a community panel deliberative process such as this one was a really new thing for our council to do. It's leading edge practice because it's representative, it's informed decision making, and the staff were brilliant. There was quite a lot of learning in terms of getting information ready in such a way and within certain time frames. And we also had the support of the councillors on board. They really trusted the process, knowing that this was going to take people through a journey that would lead to a really sustainable outcome where everything had been examined.